one. Bing, we're live. It's Sam Thomas. This is a website one Craft Academy crossover hangout super magically thingy. So I have Thomas is telling me that karma he doesn't have enough karma, and you know, so we're gonna work on that. I've I've installed, I've npm installed, I've run karma start here, and I'm, you know, it's sort of stuck.
Yeah. So let me talk you through the thing. So what we have is I have two spec files, one called app spec and fizzbuzz UI spec. I commented out some of the specs. So what happens is that if you look in the app spec, I exited out those two tests. But so if you would uncomment them, you know, or you know, make them run again, and exit out the one in fizzbuzz UI spec on line 9, these two in app spec are actually passing, so that's not a problem. So the problem seems to be with loading the fixture and you know, applying jQuery and things like that. You know, so the unit specs are kind of working.
Okay, so that we've got here basically the app spec thing here.
Yeah, this one are passing actually.
Okay, and the problem is and we have set up here now. What is we're basically running but it's running. You've got Jasmine jQuery, you've got Jasmine in there. Yes. I mean, of course, the big question we want to ask is, you know, how important is it to get all this working? Because immediately I go in here. I mean, this is something that, you know, countless Maker students have like struggled with to get working, is this managing fixtures. But I mean, what I see this here, this hold ready.
This is something that I was influenced by your solution in Jasmine.
Indeed, and that's for Jasmine jQuery and running that kind of in the browser. And now we've got a setup here. I mean, you've got like, that's just completely standalone. So that this is app spec, and we're running through Karma. What have we got set up here? So you basically, I mean, is Karma is operating as kind of an auto test for Jasmine jQuery here? Is that the?
Yes. Well, it seems like so. Karma is like a runner, and then you can choose what framework you want to use.
Okay.
And the reason why I kind of get into this with this Karma coverage or Karma coveralls packages, you know. So,
okay, all right.
So that's the reason in itself.
Okay, no, fair enough. So in your quest to get coveralls working and get reports on the test coverage, you're using Karma as a runner. And,
yes.
But yes, I mean, now there's Karma Jasmine, and then there's Karma Jasmine jQuery. They
are dependent on each other. So in order to run Jasmine jQuery with Karma, you need to have the
Karma
sure. Jasmine.
But I mean, I would say Jasmine jQuery is a step further. Like if I was trying to get Karma to do, you know, like this seems like an additional complication that we might need to remove in order to get to the bottom of things. But
okay, right.
But anyway, but yeah. So we've got Karma Jasmine, which is for running the unit test, and then Jasmine jQuery is providing us with like the additional things to like actually test bits of jQuery, which is another.
Yes.
But so we've got here. So
just a comment about the Jasmine jQuery thing. It seems like if I have that installed, I don't have to require the jQuery thing. You know, I don't have to require jQuery, but I'm not sure about that though.
Yeah, well, that's another story. Yeah, but so let's have a look first at here. Like, where's the code under test that this is trying to hit?
It's in assets.js.
So we've got assets. So we've got like we've got a page here, and we're trying to. Here we're like you're loading the as a fixture there. You've got the fixtures path set to be base / for some reason.
Yes, well, for some reason that's a Karma thing. So base is actually
okay.
It seems like base is it is, again, this is experimental, but it seems like that was a requisition for the fixture to be loaded. So yeah.
But so if we look at the actual specific error that we've got here, we've got uncaught syntax error, unexpected identifier at the beginning of this. I mean, and this is the endpoint for the Karma runner.
Yes.
There we go.
So if you would just manually say localhost 9876/base/index.html, that will actually bring you to the to the interface, you know.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got like a thing there. Fair enough. Okay. So then what we're trying to do in here is come in. We kind of set the number, but it. Yes, we're here with basically this. Now the interesting thing to do here is if we just take that and let's. I suspect that we're not even getting to this. Are we even getting to this test? Let's have a look. So I hate test runners.
Yeah.
Right. So the implication is that something up here is causing a problem. Let's do this. Okay. So that runs like that. Okay. Let's put that back in. That's fine. That back in. Okay. So yeah, I mean, you've probably identified it. But so loading the fixture
is the problem.
Is creating the problem. So what we're trying to do here is we're trying to do load fixtures. So, and I presume, yeah, of course, if we can't, yeah, okay. Okay, so the load fixtures is the one that's creating that problem.
So could it be because we are like creating a full featured HTML document with, you know, requirements and everything, but this would rather, it would prefer to use just like partials or something? Could that be?
Well, it's if we have a, I mean,
you know, if we would try to do something else, then
like, yeah, I mean, I think we've got, yeah, I mean, there's this general issue. Like we're trying to load the entire page. I mean, there may be ways in which this page is being inserted into that context page.
Yeah, so if we would take 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 only and place that in a separate file,
yes,
and see if we can load that.
We could do that. The interesting thing was we may or may not need those scripts, but we could take, yeah, we could take this and we could do a new file here, and we could say this would be, let's just call it partial.html. Like so, and then we could go back over here and we could try loading the partial instead. And I don't know if it's noticed it necessarily. I hate test runners. Go on. Okay. So no, actually, that's no. What is it? It still says FizzBuzz index display. No, right. Okay. So that is allowing the loading of the partial.
Okay.
It's.
But it seems like the
well, I mean, well, what's happened here is, of course, that because this partial doesn't load any of the necessary, you know, bits and pieces. So none of that is available. We could take
that into the partial and see if that.
And then we get the same problem. So yeah, basically it would seem here that the process of loading any of those.
Okay, so that must be set then in the karma conf probably.
Yeah, possibly. But so we've got our, well, the thing is, yeah, we've already said that jQuery is available. we've said that the yeah. So I guess it's. Yeah, I mean, what annoys me about all this thing is that ends up, it's testing. We're losing things from our tests environment. But so if we've got that in there, so we've already got we don't need that. And then we're loading assets. Well, so
yeah, it seems like they should be loading.
We're already loading those things. I mean, I think one of the problems with all of this is that so we're loading there fizzbuzz.js and app.js. If we go and have a look at those, so fizzbuzz and then app.js. So this is probably the particular problem, is that, or at least this was the issue with the whole Jasmine jQuery testing setup, so on, is that this document operation, it already loads once. So this runs before these things are actually available. Like, because what this is, what this is doing here. So this is, it's trying to do something on the run thing. So the run is here, but that doesn't exist, and the JavaScript fails silently. But so that's what
the whole does, right?
Well, it does. Yes, that was the way around it. For some reason, it works. It has worked for me on many occasions. Other people, for some reason, seem unable to get it to work. Let's see.
So if you uncomment that hole in the fizzbuzz spec,
the hole in the fizzbuzz spec. Oh, this. Well, yeah. I mean that's just.
No. I mean the line 6.
Yeah. Right. So actually, we want this in place. Let's have that out there. Yes, you mean the hold ready. But yes, so that
but that I remember in the Jasmine, pure Jasmine, we set that in the spec runner, hold ready true.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But actually, that's working now.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, there you go.
Yeah. So I think it was the thing that was blocking it was in this one was the presence of these things. I was anticipating there that we might need to be able to go somewhere else and do the hold ready. But have we got any other references into the folder? Hold ready?
No, we don't have hold ready true anywhere, I think.
It's mentioned in some other place. So it's. I just remember. So what was the thing there is for hold ready? I forget what the true and the false mean each way round. They are it's called to delay it.
Yeah. So in your solution for the Jasmine, pure Jasmine implementation, we set that in the spec runner. HTML.
I remember it well. Yeah. I'm just I'm slightly surprised there about the hold ready true not being used somewhere, but maybe it's default to true.
I wonder if we can pass in some JavaScript into the Karma conf.
Well, I mean, the interesting thing is that maybe Karma is actually already set up to handle that for us. The interesting thing there is that we can take that out and we can see there that it now fails, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we can put it back in and we can see that it now passes.
Mm.
So basically, kind of good to go there, really. I mean, I'd say I was anticipating that we might have needed to set hold ready true somewhere, but it appears that we don't. And anyway, now that's on to. But I wonder if maybe it's not working. Hold on.
Because you had that comment out.
Let's see. No, okay. It's definitely getting a success on this. Getting a success on this first one, and it's getting that return that it expects. And I wonder here if it's running it again. Yeah. So the problem is that this is. I don't think you want before each on that. You maybe want before. Is it before all?
So you only
we maybe. because I don't know that we necessarily want to. No, well, maybe it should be before each, but we may need to have. Look. Yeah, interesting. What a problem there of, okay, so no, hold really true there, that screws it up. So that works for that individual thing. That works. Is there some other problem in here with this one? Can we run these independently of each other? Okay, so they run independently, but we have, now that, I mean, that may be related to how the system is working here. This certainly didn't have a problem with running multiple sessions there. 5, check. 3, check. Yes, but so this is all in this is Jasmine syntax. So Jasmine before once. What are our options there? How can I have a before all function in Jasmine? Which version of Jasmine are you using?
The latest 2.4.
Yeah. So, well, it seems like we should be able to use before all, although maybe that will not have any impact either way. Yeah. Yeah, we've got an order effect in there. Yeah, because it's basically failing the second one. It's interesting. I mean, I almost expect.
Let's just try to load these fixtures in every it block. With so let's skip to before.
No, it still
could
fails.
It be some after? So you have to clear the fixture.
Yeah, it might be. I mean, I guess the hold ready false should be basically allowing the next thing to. I mean, that's. Yeah, it's still, and it's that one that fails. I mean, the other thing to do would be to break these out into separate specs. Which is kind of stupid. But it'll be interesting to know if it actually makes a difference.
Clear cache, cleanup. Cleanups, fixtures are contained. This is done automatically between tests by fixtures module, so there's no need to invoke this manually. I'm just reading on the jQuery Jasmine documentation. Purge, clear purge fixture module internal cache. You should need it only in special cases. So there's this clear cache method.
Yeah, let's just see here if 2414. Yeah, I mean, there's even in a separate. As far as I can tell, they're even in a separate thing that's still not helping us.
Oh, really?
So where are you finding a clear cache stuff?
On the Jasmine jQuery documentation. Let me paste you the link.
Preloads fixtures, clear cache method. Okay, well that's, and what are we even calling those on? It's just some Jasmine.
You might want to set, yeah, something. No.
So interesting. It's saying Jasmine clear cache is not a function, and that might reflect the fact that like you're pulling in Karma Jasmine jQuery, which may be versions behind Jasmine jQuery, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
So,
but
and then it's telling me here like cleanup is not a function.
But are you sure you have to call it on the Jasmine object? Because
I'm not sure. No. I mean, just that we called get.
Yeah, if you just call it by itself, like yeah.
No, not defined. So I think that there may be. I mean, it's. Yeah, I mean, there's two options there I'd see immediately. One is to try and get deeper into debugging this to find out what's gone wrong in here. The other one is to try and reach out to the Karma Jasmine jQuery and say, oh, what, check which version of Jasmine it's supporting, and then find if there's things that need to be done there, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think we can see that partially. Let's see, in the node modules, Karma Jasmine jQuery, you can see that in the package JSON, probably.
Karma Jasmine jQuery.
Installed, yes. No. One would think that it could. So
it says Jasmine jQuery 2.0.5. So
it says 2.0.7 on mine, actually.
Right. Well, I mean, it's got like an approximate, but either way, they're behind 2.1, which is the one in which they've introduced the cleanup.
Yeah. Oh.
So I mean, this is the kind of thing here I would be tempted to. I mean, if I had time to burn, then I could be trying to get like detailed into like I could be trying to set up a debugger thing, like I don't know, with Karma. I'm not even sure where it would go because it's working there. I mean, there was. I think one would need to be looking at. We have a like well, there's I mean, basically one would get into, is that going to even be like, because the thing that what we're just sort of kicking it around by adding cleanup and this, that, and the other. I mean, the issue may be here to do with this being called twice, or maybe with the fixture being loaded twice. Like it loads the fixture on top and so on, and we just don't know. And without debugging in there, it's difficult to kind of get in. And there's one, like, find a way to, like, get a debugger point in here.
Yeah,
so we can actually inspect the JavaScript console errors or whatever. And the other one that is to upgrade the Karma Jasmine jQuery. So what I would immediately do is I would go to the Karma Jasmine jQuery people and say, can we upgrade? And maybe they have. So here, and we can even look, and let's have a look. Issues, update lib to 2.1.1. There, so we can +1 that, and you could get in there and make a comment and say, I want, we need this help, or you can start looking in there and like we've got to open pull request. One could even get in there and actually, see if you could do it, or it's there. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Okay.
So I have a question. Another question. Just a possibility. If you go back to the code for a sec.
Yeah.
So can we? So in Jasmine, can you call this load fixtures outside of the before each block, or just so it's loaded when?
Well, I do it like here.
Yeah, I know that in RSpec that's not possible, I guess.
We've got some other. We can, but it doesn't have any.
It doesn't have any impact.
Substantive thing. I mean, the short-term fix that one might make is that, if you can create the thing once.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can have. The really short-term hack is to do this.
Ah, okay. Yeah, sure.
Then that, all of those things operate. I mean, we're breaking the rule about how the unit is supposed to, but yeah.
But it's exposed. Yeah, I understand the problem. So yeah, okay, all right. I can have a look at that. I can just for the time being, just to see if this cleanup will work with the latest Jasmine JS. With the Jasmine jQuery, I could just manually paste that into that folder, right? In the node.
You could, in principle, go and get whatever that's doing under the hood, assuming you have access to the necessary things through the Jasmine in 1.05, and yeah, hack it out like that. But I would prioritize.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get that request off, and although because it'll be slow running, but it's low effort to do so. Yeah.
All right. I have other stuff to work on, but I will prioritize this because so I have all of this set up in the traditional Jasmine way, in another repo. So everything is working, but since I wanted the test coverage, to run, that's why I kind of started to work on this karma.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's one of those things where there's. As you well know, there's a rabbit hole there, and it's a question of how deep it goes. In that, absolutely, it would be lovely to have test coverage information on that thing, but it's then how much time will it take to actually get it done, and for what payoff? And even then, it's not like a fixed amount of time. It's like, well, we could spend another 10 or 20 hours and still not get to the endpoint.
And I am already like 5 hours behind.
Well, quite yes.
Yeah,
I mean, just since we started this as a website one, what I'm just doing, I will just show you some things on website one. I've got set up here now. This is the waffle board on website one. Today I've been through and basically made sure that all of the pull requests are associated with tickets on website one. So you can see here that this is like Jeff Thomas, who I think is not a core committer, but basically because he has a pull request open, he now is now possible to assign him to this ticket. Maybe I'm actually telling the truth there. If we look at collaborators in here, do we have?
He has contributed before.
No, he's contributed, right? But the question is, does he have admin access? Okay. And the answer is he does not. Brian does, but so this is the thing that Joao was the problem for him, is that I can't assign people to tickets if they are not given right access to the project. But because we have a pull request here from Jeff, where I've put in this fixes that thing, we get the ability to assign him to this ticket there, and also the tickets can move around. Although he, without having right access, cannot adjust the labels, cannot get involved in here. By making contributions, he can sort of move. He gets a limited ability to appear on the board. But so this is he's got a very old thing. This is a GitHub commit count to show it on the profile page. He's saying that the issue with his pull request is merge conflicts. I was just going to try and see what those merge conflicts were, but I also get build failures for him for RSpec and this, that, and the other, which makes me think that this thing is unsalvageable. So I'm probably going to.
So a quick comment on this pull request. So if you go back to the waffle board, I think you have two tickets saying that there's junk in the RSpec and the Cucumber, and this is probably due to this something's wrong output that we get. Yeah. So so what happened is that while he was working on that GitHub
pull request, I pushed up a fix, a very ugly, hacky fix for that GitHub commit count.
Right.
And those messages that you get, are related to that hack, basically.
Okay.
So once we so his pull request, I mean, the problem that his pull request was about to fix, it is actually fixed,
right?
But it's fixed in a way that is not cool in any way. It's a hack.
Okay.
Because we were waiting for that pull request and it never came, and I spoke to Brian, and him and Brian was supposed to work on that. So I kind of just went in and made sure that we can do those commit counts.
Okay.
But again, it's probably what I should have done is I should have documented it better, and made a comment on this pull request that is actually,
Well, can we summarize that? So the thing there is what you're saying, but I guess you're saying there is that, well, there's a fix in principle. We'd still be interested in his code contribution.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
It's a cleaner fix. Now the interesting thing is that so I'll just put this was like Thomas was saying that there is a fix for this but it's hacky. So we'd still like your code if possible. But what I'm seeing here actually is the only conflict I'm getting is in gemfile.lock.
That's weird.
Well, I mean, or well, not surprising given that things have been changing. And I guess they're here. So what have we got here? It's like that. I assume that the more recent code there has updated. No, he's got. Hold on. If that's head here, I've just pulled in develop. I'd prefer the develop things, unless he was specifically upgrading them. Have we got any more in there? We've got heads. He's added air brake. And then
yeah, so for some reason there's some fucking puts statement. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking.
Well, but those are no big deal. I mean, as much as I'm sure ultimately we can sort those out.
Yeah, I just pasted a link to that GitHub commit job source, and so we are basically using Nokogiri to scrape that info from the GitHub website, basically. So we're not hitting the thing that Jeff and Brian was working on is to use the Octocat or whatever API wrapper to get that, and what we end up doing is to basically scrape that data from
so the thing that you sent me, this is the hacky scraping thing.
Yeah,
you sent me thing currently used.
And so for some reason we had some fallbacks, with something. This was just made for making sure that things are working. Again, I'm not proud of this in any way. I'm sorry about.
No. Hey, dude, there is no need for any kind of apologies. I'm not.
Yeah, but put statement in the code.
I mean, we've got some similar things in local support that I've just been cleaning out, and I sort of bring that up as a kind of like, oh yeah, this is like a little bit of cleanup that we'll need to do. No biggie. I mean, what I'm pleased to discover here is that I thought that there might be a terribly complex merge conflict to go on, but the only merge conflict has actually been in the gem file.
Oh, okay. So you should be able.
So like actually that's which I've just tried to resolve. I mean, the interesting question will be now if I've got test failures with it having a corner bomb. Only conflict, only merge conflicts.
You can create a pull request against his repo, perhaps.
Is with gemfile.lock, which seems a relatively simple merge. But see, then more seriously is that there's at least one. If his build is not green, then that's another story. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for that's very helpful to have your input on that. Excellent.
Yeah, but I'm surprised that there's only one merge conflict, because we should have conflicts with this GitHub commit job, but I haven't seen his solution, so I don't know Yeah,
I don't know. I mean,
and we should also remove that GitHub commit count job.
I mean,
you know, if we're not using it anymore. You know.
Yeah, I mean we need. There we go. It's oh no, wait a sec. No, I can't do that there. I mean, it may be that I've not necessarily been able to merge in the very latest version of yeah. I'm gonna go fetch origin. I mean, am I also git remote -v? Yeah, origin I've got is the Agile Ventures one. So git fetch origin develop and git merge develop. Yeah, and I've got the merging head there, git status. But so I mean, yeah, we've merged all the stuff, and it hasn't. I mean, I can conclude mine. So git commit -am merges to develop, fixes gem file, mock, git status. Yeah, but we've got. Yeah, I'm gonna get. However, these tests now fail, and we've got the same thing for. But yeah, I mean, I've got to step back up to do we even need like do we have like on the existing sites with the members? So this relates to having a GitHub commit count on their profile page.
Yeah. So if you go to mine, for instance,
yeah,
you should see on projects. No, activity. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Right. Okay. Right. Interesting.
But this, I don't know how this is run actually. You know.
Yeah.
If it's a background job and it's run, how often this one is updated?
Right. Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
But it's a heavy job because it's actually, I think it goes through every single member and every single
right
commit and every single repo. And we had a problem with those private repos that are in ventures. So there's a fallback on that as well. That's when we say something's wrong, basically. You know?
Right.
Which is like very unambiguous, you know, clear message.
Yeah. We've got some. I'll just put like and some cucumber failures and post that and some cucumber failures. Okay. All right. So that's just a bit of triage. Cool. Yeah. Thanks for that's very helpful to have your input there, Thomas. I'm gonna go off and do some greater stuff now.
Sure. All right. Take it easy. Thank you for your. So, do you want to push that code up someplace that you made some changes to that repo or?
Well, that's an interesting question. Now that I could easily now. Probably push this directly as a branch onto a website.
No, I was thinking about the karma thing.
Oh, okay. Well, you've got the
just push it up to yours and.
Well, I haven't talked it. I just cloned it. Do you just want to give me access to this repo as a collaborator, and then I'll.
Yes. Let me just do that. Repositories, boilerplate, and then settings, and then collaborators, and then password. So I read this interesting article in Business Somewhere Insider or something about GitHub having problems.
Really?
I'll send you a link to it. It was quite interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there's like a cultural clash inside of GitHub. You know, now then they try to move into the more enterprise accounts and stuff like that. So yeah. But anyway, I can send you a link so now I think you're you are a collaborator now.
Thanks. So I'm just going to call this. We're going to call this. I don't know, like.
Just push it to develop. It's cool.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I think I've already done it. Git push origin develop. Okay. Yeah, you've got that.
Thank you, brother. All right. I'll talk to you later. Okay.
Catch you later. Bye,
right.
Thomas. Cheers.
Bye.